Hey everyone, it's Tara here, and I wanted to come on today for a really short video about being an empath. I've been posting some things asking people what the gift is in being an empath, and I get crickets. So I think the conversation often that I hear is all the downsides of being an empath. Maybe you already know some of the gifts of being an empath, but I would like to invite you to some more and to play with some more. So being an empath is the ability to sense or feel what somebody else is feeling, to know what's going on, right? And sometimes it's not someone else, it's a collective. A lot of my clients right now are feeling the collective. It's not one person, it's so many. But we also don't just feel the heaviness. We can also feel the light. So I wanted to share a story with you about a client who was feeling super exhausted and drained. And she was invited to go with her kids to a stadium game, right? I don't know if it was football or what, but she arrived at the stadium and just thought, oh my gosh, there's so many people and there's so much energy here. And she remembered what I had told her. She remembered that we can pull all that in and allow it to generate for us. So she's like, I just stood there for a moment and I said to myself, what would it take to allow in all the energy of all these people into me as a contribution to my body? And she's like, it was the most amazing day. She's like, I was bouncing off walls, having so much fun, laughing with my kids, and having the best time. I totally forgot that I was drained. So as an empath, we have the ability to direct the energy we desire that is a contribution to our body, not just the ones that we think we're here to fix. Now, I want to take a moment also to just say, take a moment to ask yourself, how have you defined yourself that's not always working for you? I used to be in management, which if you really take the name manager off, it's the problem solver, right? And I was like, so good at problem solving. And I felt great about it. I was like, anytime somebody brings me a problem, I always have a solution and I'm able to sort it out. And then I started to realize by calling myself a problem solver, I was constantly attracting problems. Now, I didn't consciously call myself a problem solver, but underneath. And I would go around and I would feel so proud of solving problems. So it brought more and more problems to me. So I decided to change it. I decided to change myself into someone who celebrates expansion, someone who helps people to know themselves and to unearth and unlock that part. Because that's ooey gooey to me. That doesn't mean that I don't still help with problems. But most of the time, the things that I'm dealing with are the things that are underneath the problem that get to expand. So that's the other thing, is ask yourself what you would like to attract and possibly start labeling yourself slightly different, even if it's a label that you've never heard before and you've made up just for yourself. It opens up possibilities. But as an empath, anywhere you go, here's my little story of something I used to do. When I would go to the gym, at first I would feel the amount of judgment people had for each other, the amount of angst, the amount of self-judgment, and it would just be overpowering at the gym. And so instead, if I was in a class or on one of the ellipticals, I would actually ask my body to pull in any sliver of light that was a contribution from other people. Now here's the thing. Most of us have been trained that if you pull on somebody else's goodness, that you drain them. When you acknowledge somebody else's goodness and you pull on it, you amplify it. Try it sometime. Don't pull on them because you're needy, right? Pull on them as an acknowledgement. It's a totally different space for you and for them. But don't believe me on any of the things that I give you. Try them and see if they work for you. And then let me know. Thanks so much and have a wonderful day.